Welcome to Retro Geekdom Trivia by Smash Trivia. Retro Geekdom Trivia will be about geeky movies from the 90s and 80s. Think about Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, etc. The game will be starting in 35 seconds. Alright, for our first question, this is from Back to the Future. What was the name of the almanac from Back to the Future Part 2? The answer was Gray's Sports Almanac. Alright, and continuing with Back to the Future, what was the name of Doc Brown's dog in 1955? Alright, and the answer was Copernicus. Copernicus. Alright, and we're going to be moving on to some Ghostbusters. In what useful catalog is the name Zool found? The answer was Tobin's Spirit Guide. For our second Ghostbusters question, what starts cooking on Donna's counter? Alright, and the answer was eggs. Alright, and we'll be moving on to some Men in Black. How does J refer to K's neuralizer? Alright, and the correct answer was Flashy Thing. And for our second Men in Black trivia question, how long in Earth time is a galactic standard week? Alright, and the answer is 1 hour. In Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which color of bandana is not worn by one of the turtles? And the answer was a black bandana. Alright, also in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, what is the Shredder's real name? I'm probably gonna butcher this, but his real name is Uruku Saki. Which Power Ranger was not an original member of the Mighty Morphin team? It was the Green Ranger that was not originally on the Mighty Morphin team. Also, in Power Rangers, what style of martial arts did Zack practice? And the answer was a martial art that Zack made up himself, hip hop Kudo. In The Matrix, what is Neo's real name? His real name is Thomas A. Anderson. Also in The Matrix, what is the name of Morpheus' ship? The answer was the Nebuchadnezzar. In Army of Darkness, with his boomstick speech, Ash quickly establishes that he hates the villagers. What does he call them? The answer was primates. When Ash is stuck in the windmill, with a bunch of mini ashes bugging him, what song does he growl out while stomping them like a giant? London Bridge is what he growls out while stomping them like a giant. In Jurassic Park Lost World, what is the name of the ship that transports the baby and adult T-Rexes? And the correct answer was the Venture. In Jurassic Park, to what movie does Ian Malcolm make a reference to outside the park gates? Ian Malcolm asked, "What do you guys have in there? King Kong?" In The Terminator, what year was the Terminator and Kyle from before they came to 1984? They came from just 8 years from now, in 2029. What futuristic weapon did the Terminator ask for at the gun shop? He asked for a phased plasma rifle. Who killed Bruce Wayne's parents in the Batman 1989 film? And the answer was Jack Napier. Also in Tim Burton's Batman 1989, what is the name of the chemical plant that the Joker is tainting products out of? And the answer was Axis Chemicals. Where is Lex Luthor's lair located in Superman the movie? The answer was beneath Grand Central Station. Also in Superman the movie, which real-life newspaper lent its building to become the offices of the Daily Planet? Hot off the press, the answer was the New York Daily News. What corporation builds RoboCop? The answer was Omni. Alright, for our second question for RoboCop, who kills Alex Murphy? The answer was Clarence Boddicker. In Indiana Jones, what type of animal is Indy scared of? Ah! It's a snake! The answer was snakes. Also in Indiana Jones, what type of animal is Indy's father scared of? Ah, it's a rat. The answer was rats. And I just want to take a moment to say, may Sir Sean Connery rest in peace. In Tron, what game is played in the beginning of the movie? The answer was light cycles. Also in Tron, what does MCP stand for? And the answer was Master Control Program. Though I think it would be pretty cool if it were Most Cool Program. Alright, for our second to last question of the night. What was the original working title for E.T.? The answer was A Boy's Life. Alright, for our final question. This question is also about E.T. During which movie was Steven Spielberg inspired to make a story about a homesick alien? Alright, and the answer was Raiders of the Lost Ark. Alright, and I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight to the stream. We'll be finding out who our winner was in just a little bit. I want to let everyone know who's watching though. If you go to the About section on the page, there's both a donation link and a link to our YouTube channel, of which we post every single one of our previous streams. Thank you all for coming, and our big winner tonight was Brianna Howerton. Alright, good night everyone.